Ananda walked along the dusty path, his thoughts weighed down by the turmoil of his broken family. He reached the banyan tree, drawn by the whispers of wisdom spoken by the enlightened one. The Buddha sat in meditation, surrounded by disciples, his presence radiating calm serenity. "Master," Ananda began, kneeling before the Buddha, his voice trembling with emotion. "My family is fractured and my heart aches." The Buddha opened his eyes, meeting Ananda's gaze with compassion that felt like a soothing balm on his soul. "Tell me, Ananda," the Buddha said gently, "do you labor in the fields? What lessons has the earth taught you through your toil?" Ananda hesitated, then replied, "I till the soil, sow seeds, and nurture the plants. Master, it requires patience and constant care." The Buddha nodded, his expression thoughtful. "When the earth is barren, do you abandon it or do you find ways to restore it?" Ananda shook his head, his voice resolute. "No, Master, I work harder, enrich the soil, and tend to it until it bears fruit again." The Buddha's smile was soft and knowing. "The heart, Ananda, is much like the earth. It must be cared for with love." Ananda's brow furrowed, confusion shadowing his face. "But, Master, how can I mend the hearts of my wife and son? When anger divides us, anger hardens the soil of the heart." "Dear friend," the Buddha said, his tone serene yet profound, "understanding softens it." Ananda leaned forward, desperate for answers. "How can I gain this understanding? Master, what must I do to till the soil of our hearts?" The Buddha raised a hand and gestured to the surrounding disciples. "What do you see when you look at these people, Ananda?" Ananda glanced around and saw faces etched with both sorrow and hope, each carrying their unique burdens. "I see lives marked by struggle." "Master," Ananda replied slowly, realization dawning within his words. "Yet, they seem at peace in your presence." The Buddha's voice grew tender. "They have learned that peace lies not in the absence of struggle, but in the acceptance of truth." Ananda's heart stirred, a seed of hope planted by the Buddha's words. "How can truth mend the fractures of a family, Master?" he asked earnestly. "Truth is often painful." The Buddha's gaze was unwavering. "Pain is the rain that nourishes the seeds of growth. Without it, there is no understanding." The words struck a chord deep within Ananda, shaking the foundations of his despair. "But my wife, Meera, and my son, Ravi, hold anger in their hearts," he said. "How can I reach them?" The Buddha folded his hands, his voice steady as he spoke. "You must first reach your own heart, Ananda. Till your own soil before you seek to till theirs." Ananda closed his eyes, letting the Buddha's wisdom flow through him. He saw his anger and guilt as the sack he carried. "Master," he said, opening his eyes, "I see now that I have held anger close, blaming others for my pain." The Buddha's smile deepened, his words carrying an air of encouragement. "Let go of anger, and you will find the strength to sow love." Ananda bowed his head, feeling a lightness replace the heaviness in his chest. "How will I know if I have succeeded, Master?" he asked. The Buddha's voice was soft yet firm. "You will know, dear friend, when the blossoms of understanding begin to bloom in your family." Ananda rose, gratitude shining in his eyes as he prepared to return home. The Buddha watched him depart, his heart at peace. Another day, another restless wander through the narrow streets. Ravi sought meaning but found only emptiness in the crowds. His heart carried a heavy bitterness, anger burning like an unquenchable fire within his chest passing through the marketplace. His attention was caught by a crowd surrounding a serene figure. She found herself in a vast desert, carrying a heavy jar of water across endless dunes. The disciples listened intently, captivated by the unfolding story, their minds envisioning the scene of the desert and Amara's relentless journey. Ravi stood at the edge of the crowd, unsure whether to stay or leave. his anger tethering him. What burdens your heart, young one? The Buddha's words reached him, as if spoken directly to his restless spirit. Ravi hesitated, then stepped forward, his voice sharp with resentment. I am nothing to my father. He cares only for his fields and his pride. The Buddha regarded Ravi with profound compassion, his eyes reflecting understanding beyond words. Imagine a tree, young one, its branches heavy with fruit. What happens when the storm winds blow fiercely? Ravi frowned, confused by the question, and replied, the branches sway and bend, Master, but the tree remains rooted. The Buddha's gaze remained steady. And what of the roots? Dear boy, do they not bear the burden to anchor the tree? Ravi thought for a moment, his anger momentarily stilled. Yes, Master, the roots must endure the force to keep the tree standing. The Buddha's voice softened, carrying the weight of wisdom. Your father, dear boy, bears the burden of roots, unseen yet vital, anchoring the family tree. Ravi's anger faltered, confusion mingling with reflection. But, Master, he has never shown me love. He values his pride above all else. The Buddha nodded slightly, acknowledging the pain in Ravi's words. Do the roots boast of their labor? Or do they quietly nourish without seeking recognition? Ravi fell silent, the analogy sinking into his heart, forcing him to confront his assumptions. The Buddha's tone grew tender. Carrying the burden of silence does not mean love is absent. Young one, love often hides in action. Ravi felt a crack in the armor of his bitterness, a crack through which a seed of understanding could grow. The crowd listened intently as the Buddha continued. Imagine a traveler with a sack of stones. He stumbles but refuses to set the sack down. Ravi tilted his head, curiosity replacing anger. He is foolish, Master. Why does he not unburden himself to walk freely? The Buddha's lips curved into a faint smile. Your father, dear boy, carries a sack of pride and pain, refusing to let it go. Ravi's breath caught, the words piercing through his defenses. But why, Master? Why does he carry such unnecessary weight? The Buddha gestured to the horizon. The reasons are many, born of fear, regret, and love. To release the sack requires courage. Ravi stared at the distant hills, his thoughts drifting toward his father. Now painted in a different light, the Buddha's gaze rested on Ravi's face. His words a balm for the boy's wounded heart. If you wish to ease his burden, young one, you must first set down your own. Ravi's eyes widened, realization breaking through the walls of anger he had built. But, Master, Ravi whispered, his voice trembling, how can I set aside my anger when it has consumed me for so long? The Buddha's voice carried the tranquility of a flowing river. Start by seeing anger as a flame, burning its bearer more than its target. Ravi closed his eyes, imagining the fire that had raged within him, realizing the pain it had caused himself. The Buddha's words flowed like water quenching that fire. Love is the rain that extinguishes anger, young one. Let it fall upon your heart. Tears welled in Ravi's eyes as he bowed his head, a heavy weight lifting from his chest. Master, I will try. I will seek to unburden myself. The Buddha smiled, his presence as serene as the first light of dawn. That is the first step. Dear boy, Ravi rose, the crowd parting to let him through as he walked away, a new resolve guiding his steps. The Buddha watched him leave, his gaze filled with quiet satisfaction. The seed of understanding planted in the young heart. Another day. Another crossroads in the life of Meera, who sat by the river, lost in her thoughts. Her heart wrestled with guilt and pain, memories of her family tugging at the edges of her mind. She yearned for peace but feared the wounds left unhealed by her departure. As the river flowed steadily, a shadow fell across her, and she looked up to see the Buddha. His presence was serene, his expression imbued with compassion and understanding as he seated himself beside her. "What troubles your heart, kind one?" the Buddha asked gently, his voice like the soothing rustle of leaves. Meera hesitated, tears welling in her eyes. "I left my family behind, Master. Burdened by anger and hurt I could no longer bear." The Buddha nodded, his gaze steady. "And now you find yourself bound to this place, unable to move forward or return home." "Yes, Master," Meera admitted, her voice quivering. "I fear the pain that awaits me should I face them again." The Buddha reached down, tracing a circle in the sand with his finger. "Do you see this circle, Meera?" he asked, his tone soft but purposeful. Meera nodded, her eyes fixed on the drawing. "It has no beginning or end," she observed, her voice faint with curiosity. The Buddha smiled. "Such is the nature of life and relationships. To break the cycle, you must step outside it." "How can I break this cycle, Master?" Meera asked, desperation lacing her words. "I am consumed by guilt and fear." The Buddha's voice was calm yet firm. "Guilt binds you to the past, and fear binds you to the future. Neither exists in the present moment." Meera's brow furrowed as she absorbed his words, struggling to understand their meaning. "But, Master, how can I face the pain I caused and the pain I endured?" The Buddha regarded her with unwavering kindness. "To face pain is to embrace the truth. Truth is the path to liberation." Meera bowed her head, her tears falling like the river's gentle flow. "I don't know if I have the strength, Master." The Buddha placed a hand on his heart. "Strength lies within. It is born of intention, not avoidance. Take the first step, and it will grow." "What if they cannot forgive me, Master?" Meera whispered, her voice heavy with doubt. The Buddha's reply was steady. "Forgiveness is not yours to demand but theirs to give. Begin by forgiving yourself, and they may follow." Meera's heart ached at the thought, but she felt a flicker of hope amidst the despair. "How do I forgive myself, Master?" she asked. The Buddha's words carried profound clarity. "Forgiveness begins with understanding. Understand your pain and theirs, and compassion will take root." Meera gazed at the flowing river, her mind quieted by the Buddha's wisdom, her heart stirred by his truth. The Buddha rose, his presence as steady as the mountains in the distance. "Take courage, Meera. Walk toward them, not away. The journey is yours to begin." With trembling resolve, Meera rose and bowed deeply. "Thank you, Master. I will try to take the first step." The Buddha watched her as she walked away, her silhouette fading into the horizon, his heart at peace with her decision. In the days that followed, Meera found her way back to her family, beneath the same banyan tree where the Buddha had guided Ananda and Ravi. They gathered, words flowed, truths emerged, and wounds were laid bare. But love and understanding began to mend the cracks. As the sun set over the village, the family embraced, the soil of their hearts tilled by the Buddha's teachings. Watching from a distance, the Buddha smiled, his mission fulfilled in the reunion of a once broken family. "But I struggle to harmonize," Arav confessed. Inner reflection competes with external pressures. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.